What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the newest episode of the Believe in Oregon podcast, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm Zachary, Neel. He's Jonathan Stewart. Jay Stu. What's up, man? How we doing?
I'm good, man. Just living the dream. I had a great week. I had a great
You've
week,
been
and I'm
busy.
in California right now. My wife, we're visiting her parents for Thanksgiving, and so
Mm-hmm.
we decided to bring the girls out here for the week. And only thing that can really make this all complete is a Panther victory tonight over the Niners. You
That's
know,
true. You got a big
coming
game
off of a
tonight.
week of
Yeah.
golfing in Oregon. And then watching Oregon smack USC like they should have. It's
It
turning out to
looks a
be an
lot
incredible week.
warmer where you are right now than where it
Oh,
was when we were golfing last week.
bro, it's amazing outside. It's
It looks
amazing.
beautiful. I'm very jealous just looking at your background. That's not fair.
Here.
Oh, man. Yeah, that looks like Hawaii, not California. That
Yeah,
looks
might
great.
as well.
Well, on today's show, we are going to give our takeaways from the USC game. We're going to go over Jay Stu's eventful weekend, being honored at the game, down on the sideline, one of the pregame captains. That was cool. Going to look ahead to the big Washington game this Saturday, very important game. And then finally, we're going to talk about our golf day on Friday, which I know that's what everyone wants to get to. That's what we all want to talk about. No one cares about this Oregon game, blah, blah, blah. We want to talk about golf, but we got to wait. That's the dessert for this episode. We'll get there. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, let's get started then. Oregon 42, USC 27. This was I would call it comfortable, controlled, impressive win from my perspective. They fell behind early. USC scored in that first drive, but Oregon didn't panic at all. They managed to get their offense going. They scored, they answered, they went up, and then they kind of just, held a lead throughout the entire game. They never really panicked. They looked very comfortable. What did you see from this game?
Yeah, I saw exactly what you just explained. I saw a team that was ready to go blow for blow with a team that has been proving, on offense that they are firepower, right? Against other teams.
Yeah.
And I think this game really solidified us on offense, I believe. You can tell USC, their game plan was to stop the run and to locate, Kenyon Sadiq. And they located him all right. It's just that Dante Moore and Kenyon
Doesn't help.
Sadiq have a different chemistry that is unstoppable at this moment. You throw it in the air or in the area of Kenyon, and it's like a magnet to his glove. And so really, really impressive, from those two guys, those two individuals. I mean, his draft stock just goes up further and further as he steps out onto that field. The running game was efficient. It wasn't, crazy explosive like it has been in certain games, but that's to be expected. Noah Whittington comes out with a 100-yard game, which is what we needed. If you look at the box score, 4 yards, over 4 yards per carry for our team, and then you look at USC, under 2 yards per carry.
1.9,
Not good.
52 total yards.
Not good. And
Yeah.
I would say one of the things we do need to focus on is the pass game. I mean, but but it just showed more so how young we are in the secondary, more than anything. Not that we're, not that we're not good in the secondary. It's just more so like these are opportunities for these guys to learn and grow.
Mhm.
You're playing. This is the best receiving core I think we've played all year. And they had a day. Simply put. But
Well,
also too the
yeah.
penalties. Like the some of the penalties there that were thrown shouldn't have been thrown. Let's just be honest, right? But you don't ever let it up. You don't ever let a game be dictated by the referees. So you got to make sure you put yourself in better position to where those calls don't get sideways.
Yeah, I think this game, it kind of went as we thought it would. Offense, they ran with success. They set up the pass. Dante was really, really good. He had that one interception where it's kind of like that was his outlier throw of the day. It was like, where did that come from? I don't know what he saw there. That was strange. But other than that, he was very solid. Like you said, Kenyon Sadiq was, again, incredible. It's been interesting to see how, like, you never hope for injuries. Obviously, you never want injuries, but the fact that injuries to this wide receiver core kind of just unlocked Kenyon Sadiq and forced their hand, forced them
Hmm.
to play him as a receiver, and it's like, oh, now you see how good this guy can be. It's like there was a real blessing in disguise that Oregon's had these injuries at the receiver position, because hopefully if these guys get back, which we'll talk about soon, they can still rely on Kenyon as a wide receiver threat. And that just makes
Yeah.
them so much more dynamic on offense. And then we talked about the defense. The defensive line was incredible, 52 rushing yards allowed. Just a solid day all around. And then, the secondary, again, they're true freshmen and redshirt freshmen going up against one of the best receiving corps in the nation with an officiating crew that I don't think was good on either side. I think the USC fans were upset about some calls. I think Oregon fans are upset about some calls. Like, it could have been a better officiated game.
Hmm.
But all in all, I think it's what you expected to see, and you feel pretty good about this going forward. Um, I feel really good about this team. I think the one thing that scares me is the injuries. I think if they get healthy, this is a legitimate title contender. I really do believe that. But if they don't get healthy, like, then there's questions. I mean, they had to really rely on their depth in this game. You had Charlie Pickard at center, Fox Crater at left tackle, Kalika Rogers at right tackle for some points, Jeremiah McClellan, Malik Benson. They all stepped up and played really well. Um, you know, I'd still want the guys back. I still want the starters back. Obviously, the ceiling is there with the starters. I don't think this team, with these backups, can win multiple games in December. That's the point that scares me. So going forward, health is going to be the most important thing to watch.
Yeah, but I think despite the guys that were missing, especially in the trenches, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have your guys go down. Dante Morris played the whole game, right? They didn't record one sack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a mixture of that is Will Stein calling certain plays for him to get the ball out, right? Pass protection just isn't up to the offensive lineman. I mean, that sounds crazy, right? There's other elements to protect the quarterback. There's other elements to move
Mm-hmm.
the ball. There's other elements um, to control the trenches. And I think the way we design certain plays, I mean, Bryce Betcher, right? On the goal line. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
we're down some offensive linemen, but guess what? We have a special
we
play
got
for you.
defensive linemen. Yeah.
We have Bear Alexander, with a kick
Mm-hmm.
out block to get him in the end zone. And it's funny because people were talking about Bear Alexander, Bryce Betcher, which I love that kid, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
he he used to wear number 28 growing up, the football jersey. And then
Mm-hmm.
he gets to run a touchdown on senior day uh, as a running back
With you on the
wearing number
sideline.
28
Yeah.
jersey, which is pretty cool for me to see. But then, that touchdown put them at 28.
There you
Numbers
go.
guy,
Wow.
numbers
There's
guy here.
levels to it.
Levels to this thing. It's not by mistake, but needless to
Yeah.
say, the coaching is what sets us apart from a lot of these teams. You know,
Yeah.
um, just finding different ways to throw wrinkles in there to make defenses struggle with finding a consistency to follow, right? And then for offenses to be questioning themselves while they're out there, as far as who their identity is, and why
Mm-hmm.
things aren't working a certain way. I think we challenge teams in those ways, and that's the reason why I think USC struggled running the ball. They
Mm-hmm.
we have a defense all of a sudden that champions that. They know
Mm-hmm.
they knew going in and throughout the season early on, like, okay, starting to see some tendencies here, right? In the run and the
Yeah.
rushing defense, and they fixed it. Simply put, they're locking teams down and they understand what it means to be a complete defense. And I think this is a game where they can take things back to the drawing board. I heard Dan Lanning at the end of the game talking about, we have some big growth moments that we'll look
Mm-hmm.
forward to. And I think he's talking about watching film and saying, hey, let's be real with ourselves here. Right? The secondary, we got to be better because we're going to, from
Sure.
here on out, we're going to face some talented
Really
receiving
good
groups.
teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what's one of the most encouraging things is that, yeah, we talk about the injuries and the health. This team, I mean, luckily the defense seems to be very healthy right now and playing their best ball of the year. And again, we've seen throughout the season, and we've talked about it several times, this is a team who can win in multiple different ways. They can win 18-16 against Iowa, and they can win in a monsoon against Wisconsin. They can outscore USC and win 42-27 at a dry game. So if they need to lean on their defense going forward and say, hey, our offense might only get 21 to 24 points, that's still a game that this team can win. Like I
Yeah.
really think they could do that. So very impressive win. It was bigger than just this game, just because there was the West Coast supremacy. There was recruiting on the line. Oregon had a number of 5-stars in the building for this game, as you know. Like this was a big deal. Those recruits who were also getting recruited by USC. So this is a very, very important win. Dan Lanning gets another one over Lincoln Riley. I was impressed. We expected it, but it's nice to like see what you expect come to fruition. Do you have any other thoughts on this game before we get to Washington?
Um, nah, man, Mateo, he balled out.
He's
Mateo
a good
had
player.
himself a day, and it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. He was kind of quiet, the last couple games, and
Mm-hmm.
and maybe not quiet. Like when you hear quiet, I'm more so saying numbers, statistics, right?
Yeah.
He's
Mm-hmm.
always having an effect on the game. But this game specifically, you can tell the guys that have some type of affiliation with California, with
Mm-hmm.
USC, and you just rev up a different level when you play those home games, right? At home.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm from Cali, and they come to my house, and I'm gonna make sure that they're not welcome here, right?
Yeah.
So, no, I think those are always fun moments for these kids because I had my moment myself with UW
Mm-hmm.
when we got a chance to go up there to UW my last year in 2007. Um, I knew what time it was. I knew it was an opportunity for me to showcase to everyone in Washington why I went to Oregon and not UW and not the Cougars. And so yeah, I think this is you know that time of year where injuries do um, come into play, and I think it's to be expected. And so at this point, as I'm saying, as we're talking about depth, I think it's good that we're seeing how good our depth is.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Totally.
when our guys get better, and if our depth does seem to start going dry, hopefully by that time these guys be ready to come back.
I completely agree. Before we get to Washington, I want to take the time to tell you guys about our newest sponsor, Backer, outerwear company founded by an Oregon alum that Jay Stu and I have had the pleasure of working with recently. It was wet and cold this past Friday when we went out and golfed. Jay Stu and I both showed up in our Backer gear. I had my insulated hat on from Backer as well. That stuff kept us dry, kept us
Mm.
warm. That was I loved putting it to the test, like actually getting it out in the elements. Be like, all right, yeah, this is high quality material.
Yeah, I really love the fact that when sometimes you wear like a jacket, especially a repellent one,
Hmm.
like it gets all in the way when you're trying to
It's
do
stiff.
things
Yeah,
stiff,
totally.
like, and it just kind of makes too much noise and stuff like that.
Mhm.
This jacket is perfect. Like it
Yep.
fit me
It's nice and
perfectly too,
soft. Yeah.
because I have bigger arms, so it does help that when I wear things like that, it does stick to me a little bit tighter,
It's a little
which I
stretchy.
love.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I can move. Like I didn't have any problems with my golf swing besides my golf swing is just not good.
You're the one to say it, not me.
but
Yeah, no,
I'm a
it's
work in
awesome
progress.
stuff. Yeah. Well, we looked good out there too. We were warm, we were dry. They've got a waterproof jacket, a cool jacket, insulated jacket, plus a handful of hats, help you stay comfortable in any condition. Go to backer.com, that's bckr.com, and use the promo code BELIEVE10, that's BLEAV10, for free expedited shipping and 10% off of your purchase. Again, bckr.com, promo code BELIEVE10 for free shipping and 10% off of your purchase. This stuff is great. You're not going to want to miss out on this gear. All right, let's talk Washington. Well, before we talk about this game, it should be noted that there is still a pretty clear path for Oregon to get into the Big Ten title game with one game left of the regular season. Should Oregon beat Washington and Michigan beats Ohio State for the 5th straight year. I know they're not favored to, but rivalry
It
game.
happened.
That's one that does happen. It has happened several times recently. If that happens, Oregon wins, Michigan wins. Oregon's in the Big Ten title game against Indiana.
Yeah.
Is there a way that they could politely decline that invitation? I don't
Hey,
think that
look,
we want
we won this
Oregon going
last
down
year,
a
so can we just go ahead and just not play
yeah,
this year?
thank you. They don't need to play this game. I mean,
Yeah.
they need the rest. They need the time off because they are injured. They want to rest up for a stretch run. And two, this game could hurt Oregon's seeding if they were to go in and lose. I mean, if you don't play this game, you beat Washington, you likely get in as a 5, 6, maybe 7 seed. If you go to the Big Ten title game and lose, you could drop to an 8 or a 9 seed with 2 losses. I don't want any part of the Big Ten title game. I'm
Yeah.
pulling for Ohio State this weekend because I
Yeah.
don't want to go there.
This is the only time we'll ever say, go Buckeyes. Listen,
That's very true.
come here. Come closer.
Yeah,
Ohio State, do your job. It's been 5
please.
years. It's been 5 years?
5 years. It's
Listen,
been 4. They've won 4 straight. This is the 5th.
this is the 5th year. It's been 4 years since you beat Michigan. Okay?
I'm sure they know.
Enough with the crap, dog. Y'all got to come up and play. Show up and play and make a statement. Don't be out there dilly-dallying over at twiddling your thumbs. Make sure you show up and whoop some tail because we need you. Okay? We
Yeah, we
look.
do.
It'd be nice to play in the Big Ten championship again and win it and all that stuff. We did that already, and look what happened. Okay? It didn't work out. Okay? As
Don't
a
want
matter of fact, in my mind, this whole playoff thing, like the Big Ten championship ain't for the champions.
it.
It's for the guys that are trying to get in. That's how it should be. The guys that are
Yeah.
out there on the window looking in, like, hey, can I get in there? This should be a
Yeah.
game for them. If you think about it, Zach,
It needs to be a playing game for sure.
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a oh, congratulations, you get the the hardest route to the
Yeah. Now you
championship.
get an extra exhibition game.
That don't make
No,
no
thank you.
sense. No
No, they
sense.
need to abolish the conference championship games, I think, across the board and restructure it. But that's a conversation for a different time.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk Washington. This game is nerve-wracking, I think. Only, because of the road environment and the health of this team. I believe that at full strength, Oregon has 0 problems with this Husky team. I think they're the better team. But if you're missing 3 to 5 starters on offense, you're going up to Seattle. We know that's a tough environment. The fact that the line for this game is only Oregon minus 6.5 has me a bit concerned. How do you feel about this game?
You called them the Huskies.
Uh-huh.
It's a very winnable game. But as you know, we have our theories as far as, rival games, rival opponents, the king of I-5, those talks, right? I honestly don't care. We're just a better
Okay.
football team than them this year. Um, and it's not me being, like egotistical here. They lost to Wisconsin, dog. And UW has been reclaimed by the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The University of Wisconsin folks, them Badgers are called themselves UW now.
You said
Okay,
the real
the real UW.
That's tough.
So I don't got nothing to say. I ain't got no respect behind that name. I ain't got no respect to give besides BTA. Okay,
Mhm.
belt to behind, and there's no other things to talk about besides, yeah, they got a good quarterback. He's fast. We got to make sure we got that, the edge containment because he's going to want to get outside like Kyler Murray used to do, um, or like he still do, but he ain't been doing it well in the NFL.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
just those little guys, right? They can't see over the line of scrimmage, so they got to get out of the pocket. so they can see who they're going to throw it to. If we contain him, we bunch him in. I think it's going to be a short day. I think it's going to be a
Okay.
high scoring game. I think if we
Interesting.
play smart football, we don't kill ourselves with penalties. I mean, this past game, we played the USC Trojans at home in a nice environment. We had 11 penalties, doc.
That
130
was way too
yards.
much.
130 yards. We got a field and then some. And so if we just play smart football and we go in there with the mindset that, okay, let's put this to bed. Let's go ahead and get ready for playoffs. You earn the right to go in there and finish the job with the mindset these guys are in our way. Okay? They're in our way and it's annoying, right? So treat them like a little brother, right? You really treat them like little brother, little bro. Hey, it's my turn. Get off the game, right? When you over there playing a video game, it's like, hey, you only get 15 minutes.
Pass the sticks.
Okay, we're gonna get past the sticks. Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're they got a running back that's pretty good, but the trenches they don't stand a chance against our trenches.
Yeah.
Our defense is playing too
That's
good.
true.
They're too healthy, and they proved something to themselves, I think, this past week.
Yeah, on paper, like you said, Oregon has a superior offense, superior defense on a neutral field at full strength. I've got no question. Throwing the injuries, throwing the fact this is a Seattle game in late November, and it's at least for me a question. I don't have as much confidence as you do. I still have a lot of confidence. Looking at the betting odds from our sponsor, FanDuel Sportsbook, Oregon again -6.5. The over under is at 29.5. This to me is hard to predict because it's hard to predict what's going to happen this game because there are just so many questions on the personnel side for both teams. I know that Denzel Boston and Jonah Coleman are also banged up for Washington. Oregon obviously has several guys who are at least questionable at best to play in this game. Fortunately, like I said earlier, Oregon's defense appears to be very healthy. I could see this being like a 38-24 game. I could see it being a 24-21 game. In the end, I think I'm going to land somewhere in the middle. I've got Oregon 31, Washington 24. What do you think?
I'm gonna give you two answers.
Okay.
If I was out here being an analyst,
Uh-huh.
which some might question if I am or not, I'll say 38-17.
Wow. Oh,
38-19.
that's
Some
your
weird
reasonable
scores.
analyst score prediction. Okay. Now I want to hear what Chase Stu
Yeah.
has to say.
But what I really think is gonna happen, okay? If I was a betting man, they about to win this game about 51 to 10.
Wow.
Maybe 13.
Okay.
Maybe.
Man, you got no
Hey,
respect
listen.
for him.
No respect. I ain't got no time for them. I got kids, man. Listen. UW. You can't even call them UW anymore. Wisconsin took that from them. So what are we gonna call them? The school in Washington?
Yeah, the Huskies.
Oh, there's another school in Washington called the Cougars. So what do we gotta call them? Huh? The guys in purple?
Yeah.
Huh? The Purple Rangers. That's what we'll call them. There wasn't even such thing as a Purple Ranger, I don't think.
I have no idea. It was before my time.
But I just think that they're just not that good of a football team.
That's fair.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Real quick before we get to the fun part of the show, I want to touch on Oregon's championship odds. Again, brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Oregon is plus 1,000. That's tied for fourth best in the nation to win the championship. If I'm a betting man and you're a betting man, I think we both are, I'm jumping on those. I think that is probably
I'm jumping on it right now.
That is probably the
Look,
best you are going to get from here on forward. And as we were saying earlier today, I think this team has a really good opportunity. Everything they want in front of them, if they get healthy, it's a big if. I think they can make a run. They're playing great football. They're peaking at the right time. If they get those starters back, if Decorian, Gary, and Poncho return, this is a good team. Look out. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Listen, if Oregon had the defense that they had last year,
Mhm.
We're
Or
champions.
2 years ago with
Period.
Bo Nix. Oh,
This
team's
deep.
so good.
We are now. I don't think what people are what we fail to realize is what people are so hype about the SEC was defense,
Mhm,
Alabama's defense. What we're starting to see here is a little bit of Alabama, a little bit of that, right?
mhm,
And I'm not going to go out there and just give roses like that. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban did his thing back in the day, but what Dan Lanning is building in that facility in this program is something like that,
yeah,
and it's all about dominance. We can only beat ourselves. We can only beat ourselves,
mhm,
meaning we give the ball away, we'll beat ourselves, right? If we do not move the chains, we will beat ourselves. We've been doing all of those things. Not turning the ball over, moving the chains, and stopping the other team from moving the chains. USC had how many yards?
52,
54, you said?
52.
52. I gave him 2 yards. Like that you can throw for all the yards in the world, but you ain't moving those chains.
Yeah,
And when I say moving the chains, meaning we have to have it. We have to have it. Second, we got to get to 2nd and 5.
mhm,
We got to get to 2nd and 8. So that way our playbook can be in full effect. If you're not doing that, you out there slinging it and hoping.
yeah.
Slinging and hoping. Okay? And so that's what UW's gonna do, and they're gonna be bad at it because their quarterback's not that good. And we're gonna run the rock, and they're gonna try to do it. They're gonna try to stop it, and they can't.
Yeah.
And we have Dante Moore. There's just too many good things that's happening right now,
Too
and we
many
haven't peaked yet.
Yeah, too many ways to
Listen,
beat you.
the secondary played probably one of their worst games all year, and you know what that's gonna do to a guy named to the young rookie,
Mhm.
Finney.
Finney.
Finney about to go to work. I feel bad for whoever he covering next
Denzel
week.
Boston.
Boston, you gonna be over there wishing you was in Boston because you about to get locked down. You ain't gonna be no traveling for you. Okay, you on TSA's bad list. Okay, and Finney only way you can get out. And he ain't gonna let you out.
I love it.
And so, but we are at a great point in time. So if you are a betting person out there, me and Zach might be. We
We tend to
I'll
dabble.
put 1,000 on that 1,000.
Okay.
I'll put 1,000 on that 1,000.
Yeah. It's a good I mean, it's only gonna drop from here, I think. Like, they
Yeah,
win this
this is
week, they're in the playoff, it's gonna drop to 750. They win that first round, it's gonna drop to, like, 450. They win the next round, it's gonna drop to,
yeah.
like, 200. So, get in now if you want that number because it's gonna go down from
Mhm.
here.
You know something? I'm gonna take a bet that Michigan beats Ohio State
Don't do
too,
that. We don't want that.
because it's just one of them things, man. Listen, if I'm Michigan, I might even call the game like, "Hey, look, we don't want to win this game. Don't tell nobody."
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know what time that
But
game
I
is,
still
but
think if they lost the game, yeah, they lost the game, they wouldn't be in the Big Ten championship.
who? Ohio State or
Ohio
Michigan?
State.
No, if they lose, they're out. Because if they
Yeah,
lose,
so it's
I don't know what happens if they lose and we lose. I think they're still out, but I don't know. There's a lot of scenarios because
no, we ain't losing. We're
Indiana
not.
has to win too.
The scenarios, yeah, Indiana's gonna win. They play Purdue.
They're gonna win.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. All right.
Ohio State's gonna win.
Do you have any more football talk, or should we get to the fun part of this podcast?
The good stuff.
All right,
Yeah, let's get to the golf,
let's
man.
do it.
Look,
Let's talk about golf. Jay Stu,
we got a chance to.
we had fun, man. We had a fun day on Friday. It was foggy and it
We had
was
a good
cold,
time.
but it was fun.
It was fun. I got a chance to go out there to Emerald Valley Golf Course.
hmm
Is that what it's called?
Golf course, golf club. I think they go for
Emerald.
both.
Yeah, but Emerald Valley, needless to say, it was in great condition. The greens were pretty fast. They were rolling.
For November, yeah.
Texas wedge wasn't my friend. You know, my chip game wasn't all there either. But it was so fun. It was foggy. It was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to our guy Jack,
Shout out
who
Jack.
never filmed golf rounds before on a phone, and he was out there braving the winter
He did
for
a
his
good job.
hands. His hands were ice cold at the end.
Yeah.
Did a great job. Although the voice recording did not really pick up
Oh,
the
no.
voice recording that we were, because he hit a button. It's okay,
Uh-oh.
Jack.
It's all right.
We're putting you on the spot. But it was still, we got a lot of cool visuals of this course. Got a chance to check out Oregon's golf
The
facility
Jake.
where they train at.
Yep.
We got the Jake. And that was really cool, man. I wasn't really expecting anything other than just going golfing,
Mhm.
and got a treat because my boy Zach
Gave you the
used
works.
to be, yeah, man, you used to work there, huh? And so, and everybody knew him. It was, the pros and all that. They was all for it, man. Lab golf was there.
I think that was the highlight of the day.
That's
Was the lab tour.
that was definitely the highlight, and I wasn't expecting this either. Zach just like, yeah, I'll call some people and they'll let us in. I'm like, all right, however that works, Zach. But Zach got his hands in everything over there at Emerald Valley. But it was fun, man. If I was a kid getting recruited right now, for all you guys that are young out there, get into golf.
Seriously.
And just make your decision on where to go play football based off of their facilities, but their golf facilities. Okay? If they ain't got a good golf facility, that means they don't care about their golfers. And if they don't care about their golfers, that means they don't really care about you.
They got bad priorities.
They got bad priorities, man. Look, golf is life.
Mhm.
Okay? Because when you done playing football, guess what you're gonna be doing? You're gonna be golfing.
Yep.
So, and so where I'm at right now, my golfers are being taken care of really good at Oregon. The facilities were just top notch. They had everything for these kids to work on. I mean, what I loved the most about the facility was the putting mats,
Mhm.
or the chipping mats.
Yeah.
That were just surrounded around
Mhm.
the facility.
Yeah.
So like if you had, a 56 in your hand and you're sitting there talking and walking, throw a ball down, chip it onto one of the greens nearby.
Anywhere you are. Yep. Just drop a ball.
Yeah, fire pit. It's cold outside. Let me warm
Yeah.
my hands up.
Yeah.
But no, man, it was a treat. The lab golf was awesome as well. Matt showed us around.
Shout out to Matt.
Yeah, he gave us a whole tour, a whole rundown of how the putters were made by hand. Every single one. We saw
Every
it.
single one.
No machines.
Incredible. They're putting out thousands
No
every day.
machines.
Made by
It's
hand.
crazy. And the wait list is what he said, 8 weeks.
Yeah, they're 8 weeks out. If you order a new putter today,
Yeah,
you're
8.
waiting at least 8 weeks to get it. They're a little bit
I
backed
ain't
up, but
waiting
that's
8
because
weeks.
they are so so busy.
I ain't waiting 8 weeks.
You
So
are not.
I got a nice little hookup.
You got your
I
nice
got
little
a nice
hookup.
little. So they put me through a quick putter fitting. And I'm gonna get a putter. I'm gonna showcase it when I get it.
You got the nice little design on there. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that comes out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how it looks. It's very festive. Got the arrangements, got the numbers, got the logos.
Yep.
That I wanted on there, but it was a good time, man. And that's what I really like. When you travel to a game, you should make sure you go golf, right?
It's a great way to see the place that you're going to. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
you're outside, you get the weather, whatever the weather is. You're like, hey, it sucked. The weather sucked. Oh no, it was great. It was foggy.
Still golfed.
And the fog blew away towards the end of the day, and it was a nice day. Like, get outside, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just be cooped up in restaurants and all that kind of stuff. Go golf.
Yeah, absolutely. So the golf.
I might even go.
Go
I
ahead.
might try to go to the UW game just so I can go golf up there.
That'd be fun. I'll go
I'm
up there.
definitely trying to try to come back.
I'll
I'm
join you
definitely
up
going
there.
to try to come back for this first playoff game.
Okay, we'll be
and
golfing
try to
again.
golf again.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The golf was fun. I got the better of you. We were tied going into the 9th hole, and I beat you by
Yeah,
1.
man.
I parred it, you
You
bogeyed
beat me
it,
by
so
1.
I got you. I shot a 44, you shot a 45. I think it was a fun round. There was a lot of swings.
It was fun.
It was like, oh, one of us
Yeah.
bogeyed, the other doubled. Oh, Jonathan got a birdie on the par 5. I doubled. Like, it was back and forth a lot, and so, no, it was
Yeah,
a
it
ton
was
of
fun.
fun.
And that's why golf is so great, right? Because clearly your handicap is what? Like, you're
I mean,
a single digit,
the
right?
last time it was recorded, it was a 4, but I am not playing
Yeah,
at a
so
4 right now, obviously.
yeah. But, like, that's why golf is good. You
Mhm.
know, you can just have one of them days,
That's true.
and clearly you had one of those days.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was cool talking it was cool he talked about his, par 3,
Oh, yeah. The
hole in
hole-in-one
one.
the hole-in-one hole. Let's see where I got
Yeah.
my hole-in-one ball right here next to the desk.
Nice. And we were hoping for a hole in one that day, but I chunked it, and it went about
Yeah.
20 yards in front of me.
Neither of us were
It
close.
was I think I bogeyed that hole though.
Oh, and that's the one where I had my little Texas wedge to like 2 feet.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Good
Yeah.
hole. Yeah, we had a ton
I
of
had a
fun,
nice little birdie
for
hole.
sure. Yeah, your par 5, nice
One
little
of the
birdie.
things that I like about the courses in the Northwest is the rough. I can actually hit the ball better in the rough here
Mhm,
than the rough in Carolina. I'm not a grass nerd or anything like
mhm.
that, but I will say, whatever the grass is in Carolina, it got hands. So you put
Go grabby.
that club in the ground, it's gonna grab it.
Yeah. It helps that it's wet
Um,
too. It's just out here, 'cause it's like you just kinda slide right through
yeah.
it.
hmm Yeah, man, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was very
I
fun.
wish I could have stayed the whole day. 'Cause I would have like just hung out there.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have like got a little bite to eat, hang out there at the fire pit,
Oh,
putt
yeah.
around, chip around.
I mean, that's literally what my life used to be like before kids. Like, I would work out there
Yeah,
probably from 7 to 11, play 18, get a bite to eat, play another 18, and then go home at, like, 9 o'clock during the summer when it's still light out. It's like, find me a better life than that. Well, then I had kids,
there
which I
ain't
love my kids to death. I love my life right
there
now.
you have a good life,
It's
but
not
that
my
was
golfing
living,
life.
I'll
That
tell
was a
you
great
that.
golfing life.
Yeah.
Doing it all for free too. Yeah, that was great.
That's the best
That
part.
was the best part, for sure.
I got some socks on Zach's dime,
That's true.
his discount dime.
Yeah, you got the
Appreciate
socks,
you.
yeah. Shout out to Lane for hooking us up and getting us out there. That was
Yeah.
just a great time
And
all
shout out
around.
to Lane. Lane, you need to get out there and golf, Lane.
It's true. He doesn't do it much anymore.
Old man. Old man.
All right, you got anything else before we get out of here? You should go enjoy that sunshine. I see it calling you behind you.
Yeah, my family's down there at the beach. I'm not a beach guy, so
Okay.
I'm gonna just kind of stay around the hotel area and
Okay.
just let them know that I'm available when they're done with the beach.
All right. Sounds good, man. Well, I hear my kids causing a ruckus out in the living room, so I need to get back to this dad life.
Yeah,
I know you know what it's like.
yeah, man. But that was fun, man. It was great hanging with you.
Absolutely.
You're a good dude, good
You
golfer,
as well, man.
good dad, good husband, and yeah, man. Go Ducks.
Go Ducks. I
What
appreciate
a
it, man.
week.
Let's wrap it up there. We'll be
All right.
back on this weekend after the Washington game, probably at some point, Saturday, Sunday, maybe. I don't know when we'll record, but look ahead of the postseason. You can check out my work, duckswire.usatoday.com. Follow me at Zachary C. Neel on Twitter. Follow Jay Stu on Twitter at Jonathan StewR1. Make sure to check out all of his stuff there. For myself, Zach Neel, my co-host Jonathan Stewart. We'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, take it easy.